What Bruno just said there, they turned up. He said they showed a bit of passion. But obviously the argument to all of this stuff, and I don't want to take away from United today, is do that in the other games.
We'll get back to Roy in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And make sure you click on the notification button so you know when my next video has dropped. And also, most importantly, if you've got something to say, if something's bubbling up inside of you, if you think I talk rubbish, if you think anyone in the clips talk rubbish, if you disagree, or if you've got something that you want to say that I may have missed, please put it in the comments. I read all of the comments and I really enjoy engaging with my viewers. So yeah, we're going to get to Roy. Roy's going to give his assessment on Manchester United's performance, their surprise performance against Liverpool today at Anfield. And then afterwards, stick around because I'm going to give my assessment on what was an incredible match to watch. Anyway, here's Roy.
Anybody expect that level of performance from Manchester United? I'm not sure. Put that performance in context, Roy.
Well, obviously a surprise to me. I said before the game, I just looked at the whole team. I looked at their performances recently, the lack of goals.
You gave them no chance?
Yeah, I did.
So what was different?
What Bruno just said there, they turned up. He said they showed a bit of passion. But obviously the argument to all of this stuff, and I don't want to take away from United today, is do that in the other games. They've done it at City recently. You can't just pick and choose when you want to turn up for a game at Man United and have passion today, and then and it's typical questions asking a player after a match, going, well, how come you can't do it week in week out? He's just a player himself. But when you're a senior player, the key is to turn up for every game with that passion and that quality. And they showed the quality today. And I don't think anyone would have predicted Man United probably certainly scoring 2 goals today, and nearly won it at the end. Liverpool had their chances, of course they did, and I'll take my hat off to United today. They showed a bit of passion, lots of quality, a bit of fight, and they kind of showed what playing for Man United is all about. But the key is, obviously, they've got to back it up. They've got to back it up. And the next week, obviously, the Arsenal in the Cup next, they've got to turn up with the same attitude, the same level of performance, the same fighting spirit, and then you've got a chance of winning matches.
Do you think they surprised Liverpool with their level today?
Yes, but when I listened to Arne Slot's interview before the game, he said they've got the players and they've got the talent in the squad, but the performances haven't, garnered the results. And today, I think they've shown their true colours, maybe in terms of the manager's system and how they played it, and they showed a lot of fight, they showed a lot of composure on the ball, and that's been lacking in recent weeks, of course. So I think they performed to a level where the manager can be proud, the players can be proud of themselves, to say, look, like Bruno said in his interview, this is what we can be. But in turn, you have to do that every single week. You can't pick and choose against the bigger teams. You say, OK, all eyes are on us today, lads. We're going to perform and give our best games. But when you're playing against the lesser teams, when you're expected to get the results and you're expected to create things and they don't respect you or you don't respect them as much, that's when you've got to put those teams away. And
United should come out with, I hope the message coming out from United over the next few days is also that, listen, we actually still have that belief. I know the manager spoke before the game about they're anxious and they're nervous, but the players have to come up with a message. We still believe we can turn in them type of performances. We have seen them before. The problem is they don't do it week in, week out. Far from it. They're very inconsistent. You should look at the league table and the goals against. It's so bad. It's unbelievable. But the players, you ask for honesty from your group of players, but I don't think this group of players are honest. Because if you're not putting in a performance week in, week out, there's something obviously amiss. But I think they have a chance the next few days to also play it cool. Everyone will be criticising Liverpool now, but Liverpool also, no need to panic from Liverpool's point of view. It's another point, it's another game, and listen, they could have won it themselves. But United shouldn't get too excited. As a Man United player, coming to certain stadiums, getting results, like against Man City, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and also send that message going, listen, there's still a bit of trust amongst us that we can get results.
Wow. What a game. That was such a good game. It was really entertaining, end-to-end stuff. And where did that Manchester United performance come from? Where's that team been all season? It was brilliant. Everyone was up for it. They knew what they were doing. They all knew their role. Not in a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson kind of way, but in a footballing context. Everyone was on point. I mean, I'm not entirely sure where to start. I would even say that I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't win. We could have won. I mean, there was a chance right at the end there where Xerxes played in Harry Maguire. And when he played him in, and it was like, oh, Harry, oh. And he just put it, oh, he might as well have been playing rugby or something, or American football with that one. But I think that one might have been offside, to be honest. I had a quick look, Jordan, the program itself on Sky Sports, and I'm pretty sure that might have been ruled offside. But I mean, if you think about it, we scored 2 really good team goals. They were fantastic. I mean, Cody Gakpo's goal was a world-class finish. That was brilliant. I mean, yeah, he just delicked, I think it was, and just smashed it into the roof of the net. So that was a fantastic finish from Gakpo there. Fair play. But that penalty didn't need to happen. That was a bit of good fortune for Liverpool, that. So, but I must admit, when they went 2-1 up, I thought, oh, here we go. I thought that could have been it then. I thought Liverpool could have maybe got a third, and then it would have been a whitewash or something. I don't know, but we came back and 2-2, and we could have won the game. And I mean, the whole team was excellent. Bruno Fernandes gave a world-class masterclass in that game. He dictated everything. Everything went through him. He was at his creative best. I mean, that pass to Martinez for the first goal was, wow, that was a magician's pass. How he saw that and just nipped it in there. Absolutely top draw stuff. And that's the Bruno Fernandes that Manchester United need. That's the Bruno Fernandes of old. And that's why Bruno Fernandes is the best player at Manchester United. When he's on form like that, he is... is he the best number 10 in the world? I mean, there's not many, to be fair. I don't know many classic number 10s in world football now. It's almost like it's a dying breed, the number 10, or the trequartista, or the second striker, so to speak. But Bruno Fernandes, that was just an elite performance today. He just, everything he did was just brilliant. All the little passes, all the little through balls. His vision was excellent. Creativity. Oh, he was just amazing. And rightly so, he got man of the match. And wow. You can tell I like Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. But the whole team was excellent. The whole team. Kobbie Mainoo. Where have you been, mate? That was the Kobbie Mainoo of last season. He was all over the place. He was chomping at the bit. He was hungry. He was nipping at heels. He was getting stuck in. His close control was there, and he knitted together with everyone in midfield. Oh, I was a little bit concerned that he was playing at first because he has been out of form, and I thought we might have needed an older head in there that was a bit more sort of rugged, to shake Liverpool's midfield a little bit. So I was kind of like, initially, I kind of wanted maybe Ugarte and Casemiro in there, just to keep it strong and solid in midfield. But no, hands down, Kobbie Mainoo was absolutely class, and he did everything that I thought Casemiro might have done if he'd have played. He was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And Ugarte as well. Oh wow, where did that performance come? I mean, he's been getting better and better every single game. I can't remember how much we paid for him. Was it about 50 million or something like that? But that could turn into a snip. An absolute snip. 50 million for a ball-winning midfielder like that, that's actually quite a good passer, and he links up well with everyone else, and he was all over the place. He wanted it more than anyone else that he was up against. There was one moment towards the end there where it was a 50-50 ball, and it was between him and someone else. I can't remember who it was, but it was 50-50, and he got his toe to it, and then we went on and had a bit of an attack, and he might as well have scored a goal for me when he did that, because it was like 50-50, and it's like, oh, he's going to get done here, and then he just nicked it away and swept it up. Oh, he did exactly what a ball-winning midfielder is supposed to do. He won the ball. He was good today. Very, very, very good. Back three, fine. De Ligt was, well, that handball. I mean, De Ligt. I wouldn't say De Ligt had his best game, but he wasn't bad. And Man United seemed to learn in this game from the mistakes of the most recent games, particularly when it came to corners. Why Liverpool weren't sort of, concentrating on the in-swinging corners straight away against Onana, I don't know, because they were out-swinging at first, but then in the second half, they started to do the in-swinging. But Man United learned from it, because they had players around Onana to protect him. So it's nice to see that they are acknowledging their errors as a team, and they are trying to address those errors, and it worked today. It worked. Martinez played well, fine. Mazraoui, yeah. Dalot played really well. They were tidy. They were efficient. They were attacking. Dalot played really well on the left, I thought. He was an attacking threat. He was good. When Harry Maguire played well. Harry Maguire seemed to play up front a lot today. It was almost as if he was the target man at one point, towards the end anyway. He was always going up for stuff. It was, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he's as good as John Terry. Of course he's not. But he reminded me a little bit of John Terry. He was very much an attacking centre-back today. It was kind of good to see, really, that he was being more proactive, and he was going at the game, and potentially he could have won the game at the end there. Although, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it might have been ruled offside, but played really well. I was a little bit concerned when Yoro came on. I wasn't sure how he was going to do. I thought it might have been a bit too much for him, but he came on and he played really well. And he made an amazing saving tackle towards the end there that I thought, that was a world-class tackle. It was in the box as well. Just swept the ball away from one of the Liverpool players there. And if he hadn't have done it, it would have been a goal straight away. And if he'd mistimed it, it would have been a penalty. So he came on, did really, really, really well. Diallo was class too. He was a little bit unlucky a couple of times because he slipped. I remember he was through and he was about to give cross the ball in, and he slipped, and that was a shame. So, but overall, he was there. He was nippy. He was pressing. He was going for it. He was chomping at the bit. He was nipping on all the heels there. They went for it. He absolutely went for it. Rasmus Højlund, class. Is Rasmus Højlund the hardest working player at Manchester United? I think he could be. I've said many times before on this channel, I really like Rasmus Højlund, and I think there's going to be a player there eventually. As I say, Bruno Fernandes was absolutely quality. Xerxes came on, didn't do too bad, considering he got booed off in the last home match. He came on and he had a good attitude there, and I think he was fine. Garnacho has been disciplined lately, and what I read was that Amorim was trying to give him some instructions at one point, and he just turned his back on Amorim and walked away. Obviously, Amorim's not going to like that because, for obvious reasons, so he's been left out for that reason, is what I heard. But he came on, and he very much came across as a guy that's just been humbled. And he came on and he done really well. Fair enough. I was concerned when he come on because I didn't think this might be his game. I wasn't sure that Liverpool... I'm not sure Liverpool would have been the right game for him at the moment. but he came on, obviously got the assist. It was a really good assist and a really good goal from Dalot. Excellent. And what I really liked about the 2 goals that we scored, they were team goals, really well worked, and we went for it, we took chances, and we scored the goals. It was just fantastic. It was a really, really entertaining match to watch. But Roy Keane is absolutely right. And I was saying this to my pal who I was watching the match with. Where has this team been? Why can't they do this every week? If Manchester United played with this much desire every week, we'd be in the top 4 easily. This squad is full of talented players. They are very, very talented. All of them. They are talented. But they've just lacked the desire of late. But, I mean, even if they had 70% of the desire that they had against Liverpool, against Wolves, or against the other sides, we'd shoot right up the table. And there's an old adage when it comes to football, and that is, in the league anyway, you don't win the league at Anfield. You don't win the league at the Etihad or at the big clubs' grounds. That's not where you win the league. You win the league against the smaller clubs. That's where you pick up the most points. Against the Wolves, against the Nottingham Forest, or against an Ipswich, or a Birmingham, or whoever. That's where, because if you could lose all the games away at Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, and still potentially win the league if you win the rest of the matches, you've got to have the same level of consistency and desire and honesty, as Roy Keane talks about, against the smaller clubs, because that's where you pick up the most points. I'd happily sacrifice that. Happily. So hopefully, this is a turning point for this team, because that's 2 big games that we've played really well in over the recent weeks. We beat City away, and now we've got an excellent result against Liverpool, who are the best team in the league at the moment. So we've proven we can do it. And this particular result was better than the Man City win, because Man City are out of form. They're crap at the moment. But Liverpool are in form, and they are well drilled, and they were lucky to come away with a point today. So we've proven we can do it against the big teams. We need to do... It's just frustrating sometimes, you know? It's easy to get motivated for games like the Liverpool match, because there's a sense of fear, there's a sense of expectation that you're going to get beat potentially. Some of those players will probably remember when Liverpool pumped us 5-0 and 7-0 or whatever it was. So, there's going to be that sense of trepidation and dread, obviously. So that would, you can use that to motivate yourself for this big game. But the trick is in winning teams is that it's motivating yourself against the smaller clubs, because that's where you win the league. Anyway, I'm not sure what else to say. I'm going to save perhaps some of it for some other videos, because I'll probably make a couple of more videos on that match. I might as well. It was such a good game. But if you've come this far, if you've watched this far into the video, I really appreciate that, and I thank you. And I want to know what you think. What did you think of Manchester United's performance today? Who was the best player today for Manchester United? And do you think we're going to kick on from here? I hope so, because I could watch that team a hell of a lot more regularly. So yeah, put it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.